Hello, welcome back on the driver's side, and it's episode 2. Can you believe it? We got there, and what a debacle it's been. I got to tell you, we have had equipment failure, we've had equipment get lost, we've lost footage, we've had a change of vehicle at short notice that we were going to review on the channel. It's been a bit of a palaver, to be honest. But anyway, we put this together as best we can. Trust us, folks, it will get better. It's learning as we go, I suppose, with this. In this episode, we get to meet Roland J. Dominic, who's our resident Mercedes Benz expert, who's going to talk to us a little bit about the car we're having a look at this week, and that is a sub $25,000 Mercedes Benz that could easily tow the boat down to the water and back again. It's not the sort of thing we generally cover on the program, but this is a car that we've got this week, and we want you to enjoy it. We're going to do a few things different with the way we film this one. We're just trying to add some new stuff on the channel. Look, we'd really love your feedback. If you're watching this and you want to give us some hints and tips, if you're a YouTuber yourself, for instance, and you want to give us some feedback, it's positive, we'd love to take it on board. So yeah, we go up to a couple of venues, and of course there were some interesting issues with that as well. If you want to find out what those issues are, feel free to stick around to the end of the video. And if you want to see how this channel progresses, by all means, do the like and subscribe thing, and we hope you enjoy it. So yeah, here we go, enjoy. Over to you, Rolly.
Well, good morning all. My name is Rolly. Boyd and I are here to present to you this wonderful little Mercedes SUV. I'll give you a bit of a history on the Mercedes brands. This is the ML class, and Mercedes have a large library of letters to use when it comes to their vehicles. And the ML seemed at the time to be a good idea, and that was in 1977. But as time has progressed, they tried to make it a bit more sensible, because they're quite confusing. Mercedes is quite confusing. So the ML morphed into the G. Now the G is a younger brother of the G-Wagon. The G-Wagon is a behemoth and not known for its fuel economy, but it's a lovely thing. Anyway, let's get cut to the chase. The ML was the original SUV. The SUV is a party that the Germans arrived at a little bit late. They didn't have any great desire to turn their very successful sedans and station wagons into SUVs. But the rest of the world, Australia included, decided the SUV was the way to go. They're a very handsome vehicle, come with a number of engines. Now, I won't bore you with the amount of engines they come with, but this one is a 3-litre V6 with more than enough get up and go. This would have been the S-Class SUV of its time.
All right, here we are on the Merc.
Ready to go.
Cameras are all set up, and we're on our way. So we're heading up. If you're coming from the lakes, if you're coming from the freeway, which you probably are from Perth, northern suburbs, or you're coming from the south, you're looking for the Lakes Road entrance, and of course you're heading east when you get off the freeway. And we're currently on our way now we've just stopped off this little what do you call it, little lay-by there. We've just set the cameras and everything up. And we're now heading off to a little dam on our way. And the road we're going to take, and I'll put the map up, I think it's called Delray Road. So it's sort of a lesser known road. And from memory, I did this road about 100 years ago, and I think it's where the Alcoa conveyor belt runs along the side of the road.
Really?
Yeah. It's quite interesting. That's your phone? I don't know. Somebody sent you a message, I think. Anyway, so
I mentioned in our early piece to camera that the Europeans were a bit late coming to the party in SUVs. But once they had got into the party, they created niche SUVs that nobody else had ever thought of. So you usually get something like, say, a Territory is a Falcon SUV, and a Captiva is a
Right.
Commodore SUV. Mitsubishi's Magna would be, what would the Magna SUV be?
Well, today, it would have been the
Pajero?
Mitsubishi Outlander.
Outlander.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good little rig.
Aimed not to be flagship vehicles, hence they're not made in Stuttgart. These vehicles were made in Poland, Eastern Germany, and there's a factory here in Wolfsburg, which is where Volkswagen are made, where they do vans, and also obviously for the American market in Mexico.
But even after all these years, and this is a 2011 model,
Yep.
so I'm talking to people now, I suppose, that are watching this who are going, well, I don't have a lot of money, but I do like the idea of a well-built, well-specced, solid, safe, incredibly safe
What's the
SUV.
more airbags than a...
I forgot one for that. More bags of air than
A bunch of politicians.
Yeah, I was going to say,
A
yeah,
bunch of politicians.
Canberra, it's question time. That's turned itself on again.
The Europeans are known for making good quality, highly engineered cars, and Mercedes are at the leading edge of that. BMW go more for lithe, agile, sporty cars. So when they came out with the X5, which is neither lithe, agile or sporty, the buying public, rather than turning their nose up at it, clasped it to their hearts in their hundreds, and the X5 became the most popular BMW on the market.
It did. I've got a mate of mine down in Albany. He's, I think he's on his third one. Have you seen the tyres on the back of those
They
X5s?
are huge.
They would have to be the widest.
Yeah.
Folks, if you're out there in driver's land and you pull up behind, just check out the tyres on an X5. They're like 3, what are they? 345, 365.
monsters.
They are massive tyres. So unless you've got a printing machine printing out Australian dollars, keep an eye on the tyres. I had to buy tyres for Mrs. C's car the other day. They were 265/40 19s or 20s, something like that. And I'm still waiting for the Perth Mint to print out enough money for me to be able to pay for them, because they are diabolically expensive. If you're looking at cars like we're talking about, these are the things you need to take into consideration. But we're talking in the mid to high 20s for a good example of what we're in today.
This one's 18.
3.2 towing, I think, somewhere between 3.2 and 3.5 towing. Check out Car Advice. I read it last night knowing I was going to do this today, but I can't retain information anymore. I don't have it. So check it out on Car Advice. About 3.5. If you've got a little boat or something and you're going to go touring.
This is quite a car though, isn't it?
Nice and quiet inside. It's got all the lights and buzzers. Very nice indeed. I'll tell you what I wouldn't like about this, Rolly, and I'm going to do some video on this as B-roll, but this thing's got more stalks. I mean, you got Mercedes Benz love the stalk. No, they're mad. They're mad for the stalk. You've got
And the John Holmes of the car.
We'll cut that bit out for kids. This is.
They don't know who it is.
You can actually go on YouTube and go, is this made for children? And the only thing YouTube has missed out is there's no box to say absolutely not. But anyway, you've got your gear change where your indicators would be if you're used to driving an Australian sort of built car, and what's that? What's this one there? That's the
indicators, washer, wiper.
So the indicators on the left, typical European.
Yeah.
Indicators on the left. Gear stick on the right. Now,
flappy paddles behind the steering wheel.
I had an E.H. Holden once, 3-speed with a crash box. That was one you had to move about on the right-hand side once, and the top one's cruise. Why did Mercedes-Benz of today? We need to review one, a late model one. I think cruise is now on the steering wheel like everyone else.
Centre console shifts finished with the W140. The last vehicle that Mercedes made.
I had one of them.
Were the W140s, and that was right from mid-1930s.
Well, they went to 99, the 140, I think, and then they moved out of that.
And then he went to 220s.
220s,
and then he went to the one.
And that's the dark period, the dark side of Mercedes.
However, having said that, by now a 221 would a 220, I beg your pardon, would be a good buy because it'll be cheap as chips, and everything that normally goes wrong with it has gone wrong with it.
Oh, now we're here. Now, she knows where to go. We're looking at Delray Road here. Hopefully Mrs. C in front.
Southwestern, what's that say?
Yeah, this is south. So here we are at the southwest road, coming off of Lakes Road. We're going to turn right, and I think it's immediately left. You're right to go, Rolly. Everything it's got. Flat to the map. There we go. And this is it. So this is Delray Road. No, she's got that right.
Oh, this left.
This is it.
This left.
Look at that. There we go.
Is it?
That's interesting. Oh, that's an interesting car. I don't know what it is. It's a SS.
That's a Chevy Chevelle.
This has got a little bit of a burp to it, right?
350 Chevy.
Was that him making that noise? I thought it was us.
No.
Wouldn't pick with the 2011 Mercedes Benz, and I can hear you going, oh, I don't know about that. But like we said in some of our previous videos, if you're buying this sort of stuff without some sort of full service history from people, and I mean from people who know what they're doing, not spinners are us at your local Kmart. We're talking about the people who are master techs, check the books, and they will fetch more money for that very reason. They will fetch more money, but it'll save you money in the long run. Yeah, parts are more expensive and all that sort of stuff, but I mean, you know.
But now that there's China.
And now that there's China, yeah.
Those parts aren't so expensive.
You can buy things in, that's right. You can get stuff in considerably less.
CLS is going to be having Chinese airbags in the rear when it finally gets here.
That's an interesting sentence, isn't it?
Mm.
My S-Class is going to have Chinese bags in the rear.
They've probably had Chinese bags in the rear for a long time, but nobody knew about it.
Whatever that might mean. Yeah, did we mention Billy? Did we say
we did
this car's
Mr.
available? It's actually for sale, the car we're driving today, folks.
And we'll give you his phone number at the end of the video.
Well, yeah, so that's something to, if you've got an interest in this type of stock.
And others like it.
And others like it, this type of thing. And we're going to rely on Billy to help us out with some more interesting cars in the future. Okay. I wouldn't mind getting into a Touareg.
He's got that. He's got a V10 Touareg. I think they came from Barb's.
Now that has got more torque than a busload of adolescent schoolgirls. Bloody hell. Well, they got something like near on 900. Is that 900 Newton meters of torque or something?
I would not.
Very good car. But anyway, back to the Merc. I was disappointed to note earlier that my up and go wasn't refreshed in the cooling. The fridge in the centre console because it doesn't have one. The car in front of us does. The Skoda has got a refrigerated centre console, but the Merc doesn't for some reason. So you'll have to bring your esky for your cooling libations, or do what we're about to do today, go to a place where
go to the pub.
Go to the pub. Excellent idea. So no, I like it. I like the car. I think it's good. It's got good headroom. I feel, you know, we're a couple of big blokes and there's room in here for us. So we're going up because I can feel my ears going, you know, what ears do when you take off on a plane. It must be quite high up. And it's a lovely road. It's not overly challenging. The condition of the road is good, I think. It's not too bouncy or not well. I don't think there's a lot of traffic on this road, to be honest. But this is the shortcut. So you'd basically, if you're planning a day out from the north or the south, this is a good way to go. You could either come off the Lakes Road entrance off the freeway, or Pinjarra Road and go up Pinjarra Road to Pinjarra, and then turn right and go up past the Hotham Valley train thing and go up to Dwellingup that way. Or of course you can come the Lakes Road way and go up this Delray Road because it's a quieter road. I think it's a better quality road. That bit that you go up from Pinjarra straight through to Dwellingup, it's a bit narrow in some places, and there's a railway line you bounce over the top of, and the gendarme like to patrol that area a bit more, perhaps.
It's a nice ride on a motorbike.
Well, that's it, isn't it? The bikers find this is nice. The nice roads, don't they?
They do.
They, you know, whenever you see
undulating
bikers,
curves is what we like.
This little bit's ordinary. watch you step around this.
Yeah,
Here we go, and we're heading off now. Now we're going to pull into Mr. C's indicating nice and early. Good on her. To let us know we're pulling into the dam, where we'll have a bit of a look around. And here you go, folks. Look at that. This is South Yandup Dam.
Yandup.
South Yandup.
Is that empty or is that full?
No, it's full. It's got water in it.
That's a prerequisite for something that's called a dam.
Now here you go, folks. If you are parking at the South Yandup Dam, notice these rocks here. If you're driving something low slung and you're pulling up close to these, it'll absolutely make a mess of your alloy wheels and opening the car door. Fortunately in this, I've got a bit of ride height and I was able to just get over the rocks there. So yeah, when you're pulling up here, something to be careful of. But look at that view. Well, that was all right.
There we go.
Yeah, a bit different.
Done.
The what March flies this time of year?
Well, I squished him.
Mr.
So
C
this
copped
is
one
his
on the leg in there
fly
in the car park, but they're sizable. Now we're on our way to Dwellingup. Can you just stop there for a sec, please? Well, here we are. Not a bad drive up in the middle from the Peel region to lovely Dwellingup. We've stopped off at the dam here. Now, have a look at this beautiful thing. This is an 85-year-old fire truck, Mack fire truck. Isn't it fantastic? This is the visitors centre we're in. And Rolly, what about that chainsaw?
Bunnings would have one of those. You'd have to order it.
So we're going to have a look around here. And but this is fantastic. And look at that blade over there by the front door. Look at the size of that blade. Just to get an idea. So we're getting messed up with that. So we're going to look around here and then we're going to head off to somewhere for lunch. As you can see here in lovely Dwellingup, it's the home of the Hotham Valley Railway, and Mrs. C reliably informs me that it goes to a place called Ettamillan. That's where the train goes. And this is the visitors centre, good parking, and you can grab a coffee in here. And there's a really good, it's called Waypoints, it's a cafe, yeah. Okay, here we are at Dwellingup, and you may be asking, well, what do you do when you get here? Well, we're obviously going off to a bite of lunch later on, but we're catching up with Alicia here, who owns and runs Dwellingup Adventures. So if you're into cycling and adventure stuff, this is the lady to come and see. Rolly, you're a bike rider.
I am an occasional bike rider, and
Yeah.
I'm very impressed. I don't like those sayings.
So how long have you been doing this for, Alicia?
So we've been running Dwellingup Adventures for 30 years actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Just up the road, and we moved into this location about 4 years ago when the visitor centre opened.
Yep.
And with that we also opened Waypoints Cafe.
Ah, so
Oh,
you got the cafe as well?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great, okay.
So,
And
30 years ago, was there a great demand for this?
No. Mountain bikes were very, very
They didn't
basic
even
back
exist
then.
then, no.
Yeah, and
BMX
very,
bikes probably.
yes, and very limited trails, more sort of unsanctioned trails that people sort of went out and built themselves. So there's a fantastic network of trails in Dwellingup now, from everything from sort of family friendly right up to more technical, and we've got bikes to suit that.
Fantastic. So you got the Mundabiddy Trail to go on,
Yes.
and what was the other one?
So there's the Marinup or Town Trails, which includes Marinup. There's also Murray Valley Trails, which is out in the beautiful Lane Pool Reserve.
Oh, Lane Pool. We're going to feature that on the channel soon.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So plenty of trails to choose from.
And are they hard? Are they different levels?
Different levels.
Yeah. So a couple of big blokes like us. Yeah. Would be okay.
Everything.
No respirator needed.
Well, we do have batteries if you.
We've got a battery powered one.
we do have battery bikes.
Alicia, it's great fact that you showed us around, and that we'll just get a few shots of the B-roll and stick it on there. And thank you for your time today. And if you're into, when you get here, what's it cost? Yeah.
So from $20 an hour. And it just goes up from there. So 3 hours a day, and we have different tiered bikes, so depending what you want.
So if you need a battery powered one, you've got those as well.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Look at that. Yeah, okay, so a bit of a windy road, and we're going over the railway line now to the next destination, which is the train line, of course, for the Hotham Valley, or to a place I can't remember the name of. Check it out online. That's why we have the internet, folks.
To the Hotham.
It's the Hotham Valley Railway.
To Hotham.
It must come from the Hotham Valley, but I thought we're in Dwellingup. Anyway, a little bit.
It isn't. There it is.
This is lovely. Look at this.
Very good.
Very nice. Well, he said it was very much like Bridgetown.
Yeah, it is.
And I think you're right. They're both chopped down trees type places, aren't they?
Yeah.
Or have been. I don't know.
Most of the
do they still do that
Southwest
here? Have they got a mill here? If you're from Dwellingup, by all means, drop some comments down, give us some feedback on the insightful knowledge that we have here of your lovely town. Oh, look at that. There's all water over there, beautiful.
It's the rain.
And here we are. You got it.
It's the rain.
It's the Wine Tree Cidery, folks. This looks like lunch to us.
A lot of the black beers. Give me the black beer in a bowl.
So yeah, that was an interesting place we've just been to. Beautiful location, just outside of the throbbing metropolis, really, of Dwellingup. And we had a lovely stopover and a quick look around at the visitor centre, of course, at Dwellingup, and then we went off for the platter and the cob at the cidery, the Wine Tree Cidery. And it was absolutely delicious, and the cider was excellent, as you'd expect.
It was very tasty.
We didn't get many shots of the inside there for privacy reasons. They've asked us to refrain from footage, and of course that's fair enough. You're going to have a look at how wonderful it is inside. There is photos available online, no doubt, their website. And but yeah, very nice. The staff are friendly, and it was a nice place for a lovely lunch and a cooling libation of the cider variety, right?
I can thoroughly recommend the cider.
You had one? What did you have?
I just had the one, the classic.
Yeah, I had the classic. I think we all had the classic, but they do a sweet and a dry. They've also got a high-powered thing there, which I don't remember what it was called, but it was nice. Feel free to check out their website. It's called the Wine Tree Cidery in sunny Dwellingup. It was raining on the way there, but it's improved dramatically. We're now heading off to a second location, which we may do in a bit more detail, with lovely Marie, and this is called Red Gum Winery. So the last one was called the Wine Tree Cidery, and we're off to the Red Gum Winery today. Mrs. C and I did a little selflessly went out and did some research a couple of weekends ago, and we met Marie, who's absolutely delightful. It's a sensational view down across the water over in the Peel region, the estuary, and we're on our way there now. So we're going to pop in and say hello to Marie, and maybe say hello and get some shots there and wrap it up.
Is this the Bickley Valley?
Yeah, well, we'll probably wrap it up there. We won't do the Red Gum Winery thing. We just really weren't prepared. It was a sort of a late minute thing that we thought we'd go to that. We'd really want to make it special because it's a special place and deserves a real chat with Marie, and that she was too busy at the time to really have a chat with us when we went in there. So we'll do it properly next time. We'll make it known that we'll be coming in to visit her. So yeah, we're going to wrap it up. It's about 20 minutes long, this thing, so we don't want you sitting around watching YouTube videos all day, but we hope you got a bit of value out of it. We want to thank Billy Fife, our friend in the car industry, who provided this vehicle, the ML 350 not this vehicle, but the vehicle in the video that we used in the video, the ML350. And I've got to tell you, of all the cars I've driven, certainly in my memory of that era, that's probably the best one I've driven. Quite frankly, from just the way, the fit and finish still, the solidity, the creature comforts, the condition of the leather and everything inside the car from a 2011 model, that drives just as good as most cars I've driven that are brand new today. And I'm not just saying that. So if you're after something that's sub $20,000 or thereabouts, maybe say sub 30, and a car of that ilk, yeah, you should check Billy. I'll put his number up there. Give him a ring. He stocks that sort of stuff. Give him a bell. He's not paying us for this promotion, but we're very appreciative of the fact that he sort of sorted this car out for us at late notice. So give Billy a ring if you're after something along those lines. I want to thank Riley as well for his expertise and company on the journey. And until we see you again, drive safely. And when we do see you again, we'll see you on the driver's side. So the Will you stop driving in an enthusiastic way, please? Fuck.